Hello everyone. We are NRL Network Consulting and our team consists of Nikhil Jakanavar, Sriranjani Devarajan and Lesha Bansali. We are here to propose a network design solution for the new Executive Education Center. Before we go ahead with the network design solution, we would like to give you a quick overview of the requirements that we received from Ella. So we've divided it into three requirements: physical, logical and application. For the physical, they needed wired and wireless access to data, and the bandwidth varies based on the number of students, so we needed to take care of that. And then they needed web servers to host applications and data. As far as the logical requirements were concerned, they wanted very good security and bandwidth. We propose using VLANs and subnetting for that. And as far as the application needs go, they wanted very reliable access to internet and email and database servers, and good web servers for hosting data, and a very good video conferencing solution. Also, they wanted to show live feeds, and we recommend using a dedicated satellite cable for this. So let's look at the infrastructure layout for the different flows, and I wanted to highlight that the overall structure or the framework we've used is quite same. So I'll just indicate it for the initial slides. So as you can see here, the highlighted area indicates that this location has a presence of LAN ports. So we have multiple areas that have LAN ports here to ensure good connectivity. To ensure good wireless access, we have placed access points, as you can see here. And the placement is very strategic to ensure good network connectivity. These access points are connected to the switches, which are then connected to a high performance switch. And the second floor is also quite similar as we discussed before. And the third and the fourth floors, this is the education center. One thing I want to point out here is for the lecture theatre, we have accommodated it with 2 access points to ensure very good connectivity, as the number of students accessing it would be more. And finally, for the 5th floor, again, the structure is quite similar to what we saw before. Now, to go over the server room configurations, I would like to hand it over to Nikhil.
Thank you, Sriranjani. So I would like to start with the server room because this is the physical part of the networks. What would it have apart from a power supply with reliable backup? It would also have our core router switches and distribution switches, and we would have a lot of redundant links between them. We would also have servers in the server room, obviously, and then we would have file storage. We would have a couple of them just to ensure that we have backup of all the data which we have. We have listed the hardwares that we would recommend. It has like high performance and low performance access switches, LAN ports obviously, and then wireless LAN access switch, different kinds of switches, distribution routers and core routers. We've also listed the model which we would recommend, the price and the performance speed which all of them give. So these are based on the requirements that you have of about 1,000 or 2,000 users in a small to medium size network infrastructure. So let me move on to the architecture. So there are three main components here. The access layer, which would provide access to the internet through wired or wireless media. So this would connect to the distribution layer switches, which would provide us redundant links and switching capabilities. And the next important layer is the core layer, which actually does all the routing function and all the firewalls, access control, and it also provides connectivity to the data servers and web servers. So they're expected to have high performance ports for this, and they also provide connectivity to the university backbone through ATM routers, which are WAN links. Moving on to the next, so logical design. The first step in logical design would be IP addressing, assigning IP addresses to all the hosts as well as your network devices. So your network devices and management consoles are assigned a different set of IP range and to separate them from your data traffic. This will also ensure from a security perspective as well. So we've divided the IP address range as well according to floor, so to have efficient routing. And going to the logical design, this is another essential part of your logical design, VLANs. So we have divided the network and the users based on parameters like bandwidth requirements, the number of users, and the security access levels which they would have. Moving on to the next budget, as we've already shared the cost of each equipment. This budget is based on the estimate of how many equipments we would need and what's the cost and the total cost which would come for each of these components, including network engineers and additional resources. This would come to about $125,000. Moving on to the security solutions. Security is an essential part of the network, and it would there are three major components to it. The first one is firewall. So this would be configured on our core switch, and it would have things like policy enforcement and access control. Another two important parts of security solutions are the IDS. This is done through this IDS switch module, Cisco IDS switch module, which will be installed on the distribution layer switch. And an IPS, we have a separate device from Cisco for intrusion prevention. Apart from that, we also understand that the network monitoring system and the antivirus software used by the university will be extended to this new building as well. Moving on to security policies, obviously it will be like the administrative control for access to infrastructure components would be it's limited only to the admins, and all the management interface of the devices would be configured on a separate VLAN, and we would restrict the kind of traffic which is going on this VLAN, and we would also ensure that the devices are out of physical reach, unauthorized physical reach, and these policies will be implemented through attributes like VLAN and access control lists. So a few sample configurations, like I would only permit Windows file sharing on the Dell Windows server. I would only permit say HTTP on the web server and deny all other traffic. So the implementation plan, based on our experience implementing the IT infrastructure, if we start in January, this would take about 10 weeks, and it would be completed by mid of March, and then we would have support and maintenance. So our final recommendations and conclusion: a robust network design is essential to meet the data needs of this executive education center, and the budget constraints were considered. We are confident that this design will be able to meet the requirements. We have also made sure that the security is meeting the industry standards, and I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to present our network design. I look forward to working further on this. Thank you very much.